Anchorage Bucs baseball is on the air. The home leg of a home and home for the Bucs and the Chugiak Chinooks here on a beautiful day in Anchorage, Alaska. The Bucs go for a sweep, but the Chinooks try for win number 1 on the season. Welcome inside the beautiful press box here at Mulcahy Stadium. Alongside Milo Hoffman, my name's Alex Burstein. Well, Milo, week 1, the story was the offense for this team, but this week it's been more so the pitching, especially last night, a 4-1 pitchers duel win for the Bucs. What can they do here today to try to keep that going?
Yeah, no, it's good to see the pitchers really come to play yesterday, especially Trace Hartman, the winning pitcher who went 4 innings of scoreless ball. So yes, we saw the offense in the last couple of games. Now it's the pitchers. I wonder if everyone can come together and play well at the same time, because that's when the Bucs team is going to be most dangerous. Now, of course, the Chinook squad has really struggled to score the ball, just 1 run in their last 3 games combined. So it's been a struggle on offense. The Bucs need to capitalize on that.
Yeah, 7 runs in the season opener against the same Bucs team. Since then, though, the offense has gone completely quiet. We'll try to change that tonight. The slightly different lineup than last night. We'll get you those in just a couple of minutes as we take you back down to the field here. We talked about last night. It was a 4-1 pitchers duel for the Bucs, but let's take a listen to how it all went down. Here's the highlights from last night's 4-1 win for the Bucs over the Chinooks.
The Bucs are fresh off their first loss of the season last night to the Miners in the quietest offensive game of the season by far. But today is an opportunity for Anchorage to get back in the win column. It's the Bucs and Chinooks from Lee Jordan Field here in Chugiak, Alaska. Left fielder, pitch, outside. That's a walk for Nick Hockemeyer, and just like that, the Chinooks have the bases loaded. Pitch, grounded up the middle, could be 2. Kamel to Haas, he sets his feet, throws the bantam in time. A 4-6-3 to get out of it.
Here's the payoff pitch. Toki laces one towards left field, and this one will drop fair, rolls all the way to the wall. Luke Taylor jogs in home. That's a stand-up double for Jaden Toki in his first game as a Buck, and Anchorage leads 1-0 here in inning number 6. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball lined left field down for a base hit. This one's rolling towards the wall. Run runs into score. Coming in from second is Grant Haas, and that's an RBI double for Kai McGarry. 3-0. Bucs lead in the top of the 7th. Now it's McGarry instead of Yule. This one grounded right side through towards left field. They send McGarry to throw home, not in time. Trying to take second is Underhill, and he will be taken out by a mile. So Underhill out trying to stretch a single into a double, but Kai McGarry scores. And now it's a 4-0 Bucs lead all of a sudden here in the top of the 7th. Giordano trying for the save. Here's the payoff pitch. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed in the dirt. Sherman will throw down the first in time. 2 strikeouts in the 9th for Jack Giordano, and the Bucs get back in the win column. A 4-1 victory over the Chinooks, and the Bucs are 5-1 on the year. Oh, there you have it. Short highlights, because there were not a lot of runs scored last night, but the Bucs, Milo, they made the most of what they could, and it was really the pitching that was the star in that one.
Yeah, and you know, pitching is going to win you the games. It's going to win you a championship if you get there for the Bucs. So that's the first thing that needs to do well today. And of course, we'll get to it later, but Eli Buxton on the hill for the Anchorage Bucs needs to go out there and perform well to give his team a chance, because listen, the offense is good. Despite them not scoring many runs these last couple of games, you got to have trust in the Buck offense to put up a couple runs here, and especially if they can get on the board early, that just brings off so much pressure for Eli Buxton.
Second appearance of the season for the right-hander out of Arizona State University. Well, before we completely flip the switch on last night's game, one of the players that was mentioned in those highlights, Jack Giordano, picked up his first save of the season, looked really good in his 3rd appearance of the year, and Milo Hoffman caught up with him before today's game to talk about last night, the rest of the season, and a whole bunch more. Here's what Giordano had to say.
Giordano, pitcher for the Bucs. You came on to get the save last night. How good was it to finally close that out?
Oh, it felt good. Definitely knew my name was going to get called if it was within 3, and you know, last time we faced the Chinooks, you know, it didn't go my way, but it was good to bounce back and get my first save for sure. Felt good.
Do you enjoy coming out of the pen in those high-pressure moments?
Oh, yeah. I'm still getting used to it, you know. I mean, I only have 19 innings in my pitching career, so it's a new gig, but definitely to be in that kind of like closer role, it feels really good because, you know, I love getting those opportunities and keeps me sharp for sure.
What is the preparation like, sitting for the entire game and then coming in trying to close it out?
Oh, yeah. You know, from our pitching coach, it's always like, hey, be ready at all times. You know, sometimes like, hey, you're going to go no matter what, or sometimes like it'll be within 3, but you just got to stay ready, you know, just make sure you get your body prepared. And yeah, that's the main goal, to stay healthy.
And you're out there, you're throwing heater balls out from the mound. What goes into throwing that fast? Is there any special thing that you got going, or is it just natural?
I mean, as a kid, I've always got a decent arm, but I mean, I would say behind the plate, just footwork and moving fast. For me, putting on weight's been the biggest goal of mine. I feel like getting stronger in the weight room's been helping me throw a little harder, but to be honest, for me, it's not about gripping and ripping it. You know, I need to stay around the dish and let my stuff play off the fastball.
And how fun is it being here in Alaska, playing for the Bucs in a state that, have you been here before?
I've never been here before, and I'm pretty scared of bears. I've only seen one. So, you know, I've been fishing out here. It's been great. Snow on the mountains. It's nice. If it wasn't for baseball, I don't think I'd find my way up here. But, no, it's really good.
All right. Thank you so much, Jack.
Yes, sir. Of course. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks to Jack Giordano for taking some time to catch up with Milo ahead of today's contest. He has looked really good early on, controls that fastball, breaking ball really, really well, and he is going to try to keep that going this season. Probably won't see him tonight, but we will see Eli Buxton and the rest of the Bucs on the field in just a few moments. Joe Silva, we caught up with him ahead of today's game. A big point of emphasis, improving those bats after 2 quiet nights. Here's what the skipper had to say ahead of tonight's contest. Alex Burstein here with Coach Joe Silva ahead of today's matchup with the Chinooks. Coach, last night a real pitcher's duel, 4-1 game. How important was it to see that your team could win a game kind of low scoring like that?
No, it was the redemption arc, right? I think from we saw us dropping a close one at Matsu. You know, pitching and defense has been locked down for the past couple of games. You know, when the bats aren't going to be there every single night, so we'd love to see a strong offensive output today. But hey, knowing that we have good guys that can step in and do their jobs when they're called on.
Trace Hartman had 4 innings of scoreless relief last night. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, he was really good. He got himself into a little bit of trouble, but he always worked himself out. But again, liked where he was with the pitch count, and for this part of the summer, he did the job he needed to.
You mentioned the offensive output a little lower the last couple of games. Is there any adjustments you think need to be made heading into the rest of the week?
I think it just goes back to our overarching approach and philosophy. Coach Ryder said something phenomenal that I love post-game is, everyone has an individual approach, right? But when, the ball gets put in play and the situation dictates what your approach should be. So having guys that can adjust, right, maybe within their approach because of what the game, says, hey, we got to, get a runner over or see deeper in counts or attack earlier. So it all really depends.
Have you seen any guys really able to adjust early on in the year?
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. I think as a whole, we do have some guys that, on the day-to-day can be very good with the adjustability. So it's a process, right? I mean, hitting's hard, right? Not everyone in the lineup is going to go 4 for 4 every single day, right? So being able to take the highs with the lows and staying even keel.
And who's taking the mound tonight?
We got Eli Buxton starting.
And what are you trying to see out of him in his first start of the year?
Yeah, he gave us 3 solid about a week ago, so a lot of the same. He's a guy that is a competitor, ultimate bulldog, and he wants the ball, so we're excited.
Awesome. Coach Silva ahead of today's matchup. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Coach Silva ahead of tonight's game. 8 points to take away from that. He wants his team to adjust their stances at the plate, adjust their swings a little bit, and once you do that, you'll see a lot of balls flying deep into the outfield here because we've already seen a couple home runs, and this team has the power. Now it's just about putting it into play.
Well, listen, I'm not worried about the offense one bit. The offense has been the reason the Bucs are off to this 5-1 start. Of course, the pitching has come along these last couple of games, but this team is built on the offense. So really, you shouldn't be worried at all if you're a Homer, if you're a Bucs fan, because even though the team hasn't been scoring as many runs as those double-digit performance last time out, they're still really good.
Well, let's turn it to the PA announcer now for the national anthem. A great rendition of the national anthem by a Navy band as part of this week's Navy Week, coinciding with the U.S. Navy's 250th birthday. You can find more on social media at Navy.outreach. Well, Miles, just about time for first pitch. Let's run through these starting lineups first for the visiting Chugiak-Chinooks. Caden Bradshaw gets the start. He's leading off and playing in center field. Isaiah Perito's over at first tonight, making the move to that position. Carson Clark hits third. He'll be over at second base. Brady Groves, the cleanup man tonight, over in right field. Tate Green returns to the lineup. He'll be the shortstop tonight, followed up by Patrick McLaughlin, the designated hitter. In the 7th spot, Jake Mitchell, he's playing over in the hot corner at third. Tim Reynolds gets the start at catcher, and rounding out the starting 9, Aiden Tauscher, the left fielder on the mound tonight. Cade Fujioka making his first appearance of the regular season. Taking you around the diamond for the Bucs tonight, Eli Buxton gets his first start of the season, second appearance, a 1-0 record with a perfect 0.0 ERA. His battery mate tonight, Reese Sherman, a catcher out of Gonzaga. Sean Toger has you covered at first base, Landon Underhill at second, Jaden Toki at third, Grant Haas. Once again, every game this season so far, he is over at short. Around the outfield from left to right, Kai McGarry, Joey Narrett, and Logan Ewell. So pretty similar lineup here tonight. Anything that catches your eye, Milo?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just the fact that the Bucs are putting out a similar lineup each night is good for the chemistry, of course, and then players get situated, playing certain positions and, of course, hitting in certain parts of the lineup. But really what stands out to me and what the main story of today is Eli Buxton. He's taking them out, his first start with the Bucs, went 3 innings last week, picked up the win actually, just 1 strikeout. He has the strikeout stuff. He also has a nasty splitter that he'll go to a couple times as his main off-speed pitch. It's a really lanky guy on the mound for the Bucs, high potential.
3 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, and as you mentioned, that 1 strikeout, getting the win against the Miners. That was a big win, 13-5 for the Bucs last week. Buxton, a right-hander out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. He plays at Arizona State. Pitched to an 0-run record in 11 games played this past spring. Lofty ERA of 9, but he was able to get some strikeouts and really just adjust to the Division 1 level. We'll see him on the mound in just a couple of seconds as Sherman throws down the second base, and we are ready to go here for the first batter here tonight. It'll be Eli Buxton facing off against Keaton Bradshaw, the center fielder. The Bucs, well, they want some more runs tonight. Just 4 last night and a 4-1 win. The night before, only 2 and a 4-2 loss to the Miners. So trying to get back that offensive mojo. Caden Bradshaw out of Air Force Academy toes the right side of the batter's box. First pitch from Buxton is a fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 the counts. Buxton, just about as lanky as you find pitchers. 6'5", 195, uses all of his limbs to throw this ball towards home plate. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Bucs in their home pinstripe wipes here tonight. Black and yellow lettering and white caps. The Chinooks in their road navy uniforms with red lettering. Here's the 0-2. Fastball reaches low, and we'll go to a 1-2 count.
Just another absolutely gorgeous day here in Alaska. I mean, my goodness, it's just been day after day. Players are real happy about it. Of course, the majority of them from the West Coast, so used to the sun.
They might be used to a little hotter conditions. 1-2 pitch, fouled back. That hit off our window. Wow. That'll wake you up to start off the game.
I mean, my goodness, that was about 3 feet away from taking off my head. Good thing this glass is here in front of us.
We've got some strong glass.
Hopefully it stays there.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Buxton readies for the pitch again. Leg kick and the throw. That one fouled back our right same direction. That one hits the wood next to us. But hey, Bradshaw, we're not trying to hurt you. No need to fire them up here. Hands up.
Alex puts his hands up, yeah. I mean, my goodness. But I tell you, these are good hacks to lead off the game. As a leadoff man, you want to see as many pitches as you can, so he's doing so.
Battling here on the 1-2, waves his black bat. Next pitch, lined left side, and that's down for a base hit, rolling all the way towards the warning track. Bradshaw around first. He's going to chase into second and try for third. He slips, though, and has to retreat back to the bag to throw, not in time. So a double for Caden Bradshaw on a very well-hit ball to left field, and an early base runner here for the Chinooks.
That's a great at-bat to lead off the game for the Chinooks. I mean, it fouled a couple pitches off right back here. Good wood, and then you take it the other way. In play, left center, and that must have had some high exit velo. And, of course, not the start Buxton wanted, but needs to settle down here.
First hit of the season for Caden Bradshaw. That's quite the way to get your year rolling. Isaiah Perito at the plate, the first baseman. In the lefty's batter's box, righty on lefty matchup. Shows bunt, pulls it away on outside fastball. Perito hitting .250 on the young year, went 1 for 3 last night. He's listed as an outfielder. Last night we saw him in center field, but today the lefty makes the switch over to first base. Lead off of second for Bradshaw. Next pitch, fouled back.
A couple good hacks early against Buxton, but of course, you know, players come out of the gates ready to go, and Buxton needs to combat that right here, right now, because you want to try to get out of this unscathed, of course. First inning is huge in a 9-inning ball game.
Oh, the Chinooks have the league's worst record. This pitch reaches outside, but you ask these Bucs players, they'll tell you that this is a very good offensive team. They take a lot of good swings. The Chinooks really know how to swing the bat. Now they're just trying to put some runs on the scoreboard to go along with it. 2 balls, 1 strike on Isaiah Perito. Buxton checks the runner at second. Next pitch. Off the inside of the bat, pop fly left field. Easy for Kai McGarry, who reaches up and makes the grab. Bradshaw thinks about taking third. Instead, he'll retreat back to second, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, nice way for Buxton to come back and just jam the hitter. Really no chance there for Perito to get good exit velocity on that one, so just flung his bat head out there and made some contact. So nice, easy 1 out for Buxton. Always good to get that first one.
Buxton stands as far left on the rubber as he can, his full right foot on it. Late kick and the next pitch. Runner takes towards third. Bradshaw's in safely. A late tag from the third baseman, Toki. Good job to avoid taking that one into the outfield. And there's a runner at third base, 90 feet from giving the Chinooks an early lead.
Yeah, we know the Chinooks can swing the bat, like you just said. And you said the players know it too, so despite the record, dangerous team.
1-0 count on Carson Clark. Late kick and next pitch. That's a fastball to the outside part of the zone. Evens out the count at 1 apiece. Brady Groves awaits on deck. Tate Green in the hole here for the visiting Chinooks, trying to do some damage in the top of the first. Just 1 away, a runner at third base. The 1-1 goes outside. They'll check the runner at third. That might have hit him, and escapes all the way into left field. And coming home is Caden Bradshaw for the game's first run in the top of the first inning.
Talked about the errors. Well, there's another error. Not sure if that's on the catcher or Toki, the third baseman.
I'm guessing it's going to go against Sherman there. It looked like it almost hit Bradshaw in the back and then ricocheted into shallow left field. 2 balls, 1 strike on Carson Clark. Next pitch is a fastball high. Buxton with some good velocity early on. Now he's just trying to place it. But yeah, those errors are really racking up for the Bucs. Now 14 on the season. 3-1 popped up left side. Kai McGarry chases towards the line. Now stands still, reaches up and grabs it for out number 2. So back-to-back flyouts to McGarry out there in left. But a 1-0 lead so far for the Chinooks. There's a double for Caden Bradshaw. Stole third base and then advanced on the errant pickoff attempt from Reese Sherman. Not what you want to see out of a catcher early on. Braden Groves, the righty in the batter's box. First pitch, fouled back, and we'll move it to an 0-1 count.
These are a couple good swings out of the Chinooks early. So they're seeing the ball well. Of course, a crisp day here, nothing in the way. So all baseball.
0-1 pitch, that's high and inside. Evens out the count. Yeah, Miles mentioned the weather a couple times. It's just about perfect. 66 degrees and mostly sunny. That's about as good of a day you're going to get in Anchorage in the summer. 1-1 down low. We have the sun pretty much all around us. It's veering right into the press box. So we're getting a nice tan here in the middle of our game.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1 offering. That one checked back. 2-2 the count.
You wanted sunglasses.
I did.
have a
You had a
bucket
bucket
hat.
hat.
You
I'm
want the
surprised.
bucket
I'm
hat?
surprised
I
you
can
took
give
it
it to
off.
you. Do
We'll
you
see.
want it?
We'll see. Maybe
All
for
right.
the second inning. Stylish ESPN New York bucket hat. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's high and inside, and we've worked our way full on Brady Groves, the outfielder out of Oberlin College, playing in right field tonight. 1-0 Chinooks lead, top of the first. Some early offense. Here's the 3-2. That one slammed towards left field. McGarry gives chase, and he's going to watch this one fly. Brady Groves hammers one over the left field wall. Third home run of the season for the Chinooks, and that's Groves' first hit of the year. A 4-bagger. Chinooks lead 2-0.
That's quite the way to come up with your first hit of the season. I was about to say he's hitless, 0 for 7 going into that at-bat. But my goodness, really no doubt about it. And that one almost touched the sky over here. The deep blue sky over Anchorage. So good swings all around, and finally Chinooks hit a long ball.
First pitch to Tate McGreen is fouled back, 0-1 the count. Green, well, he knows a thing or two about home runs in this ballpark. The line drive homer his last time at this stadium last Friday. Buxton trying to control things, late kick, and that's a fastball down the middle, and we'll move to an 0-2 count here quickly on Green. He's moved a little closer to the middle of the rubber here as the inning has gone on. Here's the 0-2. That one near the dirt. Sherman will pick it up, and we'll move to a 1-2. Tate Green hitting .250 on the year. 1 RBI off of his solo shot against his team. Was not in the lineup last night, but you know he has a good bat. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. They say he went for it, but the ball escapes all the way to the backstop, and Green is aboard. So a strikeout, but the wild pitch means that there's another runner on for the Bucs here. Excuse me, for the Chinooks in the top of the first.
Designated hitter Patrick McGlone.
Well, that's definitely not what Eli Buxton wanted after giving up a home run. Looked like he had a strikeout to end the inning. Instead, there's a runner at first for Patrick McGlone, the 6-hitter. It's a big swing and a miss at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. 2 hits already today for the visiting Chinooks. Last night, they just had 5 of them across 9 innings of play. So much better start here tonight for Chugiak. The 0-1 offering. That one's low.
Yeah, Buxton has a real interesting delivery too. He comes way over the top. So he stands tall at 6'5", but his delivery is almost like he's standing at 6'8" almost. Big lanky arms.
Digs his white cleats into the mound. Next pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Line drive. And we'll go to a 1-2. Buxton with 1 strikeout this inning. It was to Tate Green, but he's standing at first after he reached on the wild one. Pickoff attempt to first, not on time. Saw a first pickoff of the season last night by this Bucs defense. They'd love to have another one of those here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Green's dancing over there at first, and Buxton's going to pull off the mound. Well, that's what you love to do as a hitter, get in the head of the starting pitcher. Green does it a little bit there. Now Buxton will ready and throw. And that one dribbled foul down the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the first inning. A 2-0 Chinooks lead over the Bucs. Chugiak looking for win number 1 on the season. An 0-4 start. The Bucs 5-1 in ABL play for a 2nd straight year. Here's the 1-2. High fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Eli Buxton gets a pair of strikeouts in the first, but 2 runs for Chugiak, highlighted by a solo shot from Brady Groves. It's a 2-0 Chugiak lead as we move to the home half of the first. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the last of the first we go here at Mulcahy Stadium. The Chinooks with an early 2-0 lead over the Bucs. A very eventful first inning for Chugiak offensively. And we talked with Joe Silva ahead of this game. He said he wants to see some more offense out of his team tonight. And now you really need to do it with an early 2-0 deficit.
Yeah, you know, not the inning that Buxton wanted, of course. The error really was costly, too. Gave up that first run and kind of let the water start flowing here in the first for the Chinooks. But listen, you're down 2. We know the offense can come back. This is nothing. 2 runs in the first inning. You got the whole game to play. But really, Buxton is the main deal right now. Gets to go back on the mound, hopefully, and settle down. You just gave up 2 runs, so still a long ways to go.
It'll be Cade Fujioka making the start on the mound for Chugiak, right-hander out of Westmont College. Making his first appearance of the regular season. A couple of starts in exhibition play, but those ones don't count. A perfect 0-0 record and a perfect 0.00 ERA here for Fujioka. He faces off with Kai McGarry, who had a busy top half of the inning, a pair of flyouts. First pitch, fastball inside, 1-0 the count on McGarry.
And McGarry comes in, hitting .300 after a good day yesterday with 2 knocks, 3 RBI, and 2 extra base hits for Kai McGarry. So off to a good start this season.
Had kind of a slow beginning, but we've seen that batting average just climb and climb. Pitch inside, 2-0 the count. Mentioned that .300 batting average. He's second in the league in stolen bases, so he's speedy. He plays well in the field. A couple extra base hits. It's all coming along for the former draft pick. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's low. So, some early fastballs from Cade Fujioka, but he's not been able to find the zone. 200-pound, 5'10" freshman. Sets straight up at his chest, the 3-0. That one's in the dirt, and Kai McGarry will toss his bat. A 4-pitch walk to start off the evening for Kai McGarry.
Yeah, you know, walks have been a struggle for Cade Fujioka out at Westmont College. 5 strikeouts last season, but get this, 16 walks. So not the totals you would want from Fujioka. So, of course, kind of on par with what he's done at Westmont with that first batter walk to Kai McGarry.
You'd think that would mean a lot of ERA, a lot of losses, but he did have just a 4.6 ERA this spring. Pitch outside to Landon Underhill, the 2-hitter tonight for the Bucs, playing over at second base. 15 2/3 innings pitched. We mentioned the 4.6 ERA, and he racked up a perfect 4-0 record. So he knows how to work around
baseball.
runners on the base paths. Here's the 1-0 to Underhill, finds the outside part of the zone. First strike offered by Fujioka tonight. See if he can move some momentum with that. Bucs atop of the Alaska Baseball League standings here in week number 2, a 5-1 record, game and a half up on the Miners, who are 3-2. Pickoff attempt over the first, not in time. This is the only game in action tonight. Both the Miners and the Pilots have the night off before games tomorrow. Lead over at first by McGarry. He takes. Pitch is in for a strike. They won't throw. And that's another stolen base by Kai McGarry. He leaps back in the first place in the overall standings for stolen bases in the league, his 4th of the year. And there's a runner in scoring position for the Bucs.
I actually think that was a ball, so still a hitter's count for Landon Underhill. 2-1 now.
It's a late call from the home plate umpire. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, crushed towards right center field, and this one will drop for a base hit. McGarry turns third. He's in safely to score. The throw to second is in time. They gunned down Landon Underhill, who tried to stretch a single into a double, but an excellent start for the Bucs, who make this a 2-1 Chinooks lead here early on.
Landon Underhill continues to swing it super well. But listen, that's now 2 games in a row where Underhill has been gunned down at second trying to turn a single into a double. So aggressive base running, you don't hate it. But now 2 times in a row, maybe he relaxes the next time he slams it into the gap.
Well, that's surprising because he is a speedy guy, but we've seen some good outfield arms here from the Chinook. Out of Long Beach State University. Yeah, he doesn't stand super close to the plate, but he has a knack for getting balls thrown his way. Bounces one foul down the left. field line. All of these, he's just pulling them a little too far foul. They've all been solidly hit balls. We had a line drive, a blooper. Solidly hit balls. We had a line drive, a blooper, and a bouncer. They all go just past that left line. No balls, 2 strikes on Luke Taylor. A 2-1 lead for the Chinooks here in the bottom of the first inning. Lots of offense here early on. Here's the 0-2. Fastball taken high at the eyes of Taylor.
Nice take from Luke Taylor. Came in 304 with a 484 on base percentage. So nearing that 500 on base percentage mark. Of course, with those walks, you get that high on the percentage.
The 1-2. Hit high in the air towards left field, and this one is gone. Third home run of the season for Luke Taylor, and we are all tied up in the bottom of the first.
Does he have power or what? Third one of the season, and really his second absolute no-doubter from Luke Taylor as he fist bumps his teammates and walks into the dugout. A lot of them came out to congratulate him. I mean, my goodness, just an all-around hitter. He's truly impressive.
He saw what Brady Groves did and decided to one-up him. That one, even more of a no-doubt.
Yeah.
First pitch is a ball to Sean Toger, the cleanup hitter. You know, I think at this point in the season, Luke Taylor would be the cleanup hitter, but he's been hitting so good in the 3 spot that you just can't move him.
Well,
Pitch outside.
I think the 3-hole is really a spot for, you know, arguably your best hitter. Anyone in the top 4, you can make the argument, of course. So why would you? Well.
2 balls, no strike. Next pitch, fouled off to the left side. High foul ball. Toger hitting 250 on the year. Didn't hit last night because he was the starter. Pitched 2 innings, giving up a pair of hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. True two-way guy. Here's the 2-1. Lined up the middle and into center field. Base hit for Sean Toger. And it's a 1-out reach for the first baseman here in the bottom of the first.
The bats are coming alive early for the Bucs. And Chugiak-Eagle just looks a little bit razzled out there on the mound. You know, he didn't settle in, and so when you don't settle in early in the game, things start to swirl quickly, and the Bucs are taking advantage. But, of course, a pitch away from a double play.
It's now a walk single, home run single to start the game. First pitch way inside to Jaden Toki. The third baseman started his Bucs career off quite strong last night. 1 for 4, but an RBI double really woke up his bat midway through last night's contest. Lead off first. Here's the 1. Toki hits one down the left field line, and it loops towards the bullpen of the Bucs. Evens out the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, he takes vicious hacks. Of course, yesterday had that RBI double after 2 strikeouts to begin his year, and then he flew out all the way to the wall.
Yeah, he almost had a 2 home run one home run game, 2 extra base hit game. Really knows how to put the bat on the ball. Here's the 1-1 off the inside of the bat, popped up out of play. Behind us, and Milo was waiting for it to hit, and it does. Is he gonna go look for it? You gonna go look for the foul ball? Okay.
After the inning. We'll see.
We'll see if it's still there.
I mean, they keep giving it to us. I don't know.
We've already gotten 2 foul balls this season, which is about more than we expected to get. Pickoff attempt over at first. If this keeps happening, I think our bedroom's just going to be filled with baseballs. There's going to be no space for us to sleep.
You already have a collection going, don't you, at home?
I do.
All right.
I've got 70 balls or so these will be added to it. 1-2. Line back our way. That one straight to where a photographer is standing, about 6 feet to our right.
I'm worried for our camera.
Yeah, everything's coming our way here tonight. Well, she's just going to play with that ball under her foot. It was almost hit her in the shins, ends up going to her shoes. Luckily, everyone's okay. Here's the 1-2. Toki takes one in the dirt. Taking towards second is Sean Toger, and he's in safely on the wild pitch. So this continues to be a very, very strong inning for the Bucs offensively, cashing in on some strong hits. Cade Fujioka, obviously not the start he was wanting. Has already given up a home run, now a wild pitch, and there's a runner in scoring position with just 1 away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jaden Toki. Next pitch lined left side, and that will drop for a single. Rolls all the way to the wall. Easily into score is Sean Toger. Jaden Toki has an RBI double on back-to-back days. It's 3-2 Anchorage.
And that double was powered by the Alaska Club.
The sound off the bat of Jaden Toki is just loud. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He was all over that fastball right from Chugiak-Eagle, and you know, this is the start you wanted. For anyone else curious if the Bucs offense is going to come to play today, well, your questions have been answered early.
Already 4 hits on the day for the Bucs. Last night they just had 7 all game, so I'm sure skipper Joe Silva is very happy with his offense's performance. Now the defense will just have to do their job as well. The lefty Logan Ewell at the plate. Waves his black bat in the air. First pitch, 1 bounce into the glove of the shortstop Green, who throws it across the diamond in time. A nice backhanded stop by shortstop, and there's 2 away. Staying put at second is Toki.
Yeah, that was not a good throw there from Green. It was a good scoop, though, from Dorito, the first baseman. Bounced up there to first. So they get the out, though.
It'll be up to Reese Sherman to keep this inning going. Hitting .267, the catcher out of Gonzaga. First pitch, fastball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Has 5 RBIs already on the season. He'd love to make it 6 and get Jaden Toki in from second base. It's a 3-2 Bucs lead bomb of the first. Next pitch, chopped foul.
Out of the 23 pitches that Chugiak-Eagle has thrown, 12 of them strike. So around that 50% mark, you don't like that if you're a pitcher. You want to be towards that 60 to 70 range. That's when you're going real good.
Here's the 1-1. Fouled to the right side. Yeah, one guy very happy right now is Eli Buxton. Had far from a perfect top of the first inning, gave up a home run, but now he's going to head into the second with the lead, which you really would not expect after giving up a bomb in the first inning. 3-2 the lead for the Bucs here. Last of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sherman. Next pitch, lined left side, and that will drift out of play. Hard hit ball off the bat from Reese Sherman.
And credit to Joe Silva there over at third. Didn't flinch at all. That was a rocket off the bat. I mean, the Bucs are just seeing the ball really well today. You can tell when you come into the ballpark, sometimes you're just feeling good. And Chugiak-Eagle is struggling out there on the mound, wishing to it close.
Silva's a seasoned ball player. He knows when it's coming his way. 1-2 pitch. Sherman grounds it right side. Opposite field base hit. Toki turns third. The throw home is not in time. Bounces away from the catcher into it's an RBI knock, and the Bucs lead 4-2 in the first.
Now batting the center fielder out of Dallas Baptist University.
The bats are bumping for the Bucs early, and there's really no signs of it slowing down. Now Joey Narrett's going to hit the 9-hitter. So, batted through. Will they bat around? Who knows?
8-hitter for Narrett. 1 off. He's been in the 9 spot once or twice, but close enough. Bruley hit around the order here in the 9 in the first. He's on deck. First pitch inside to Narrett, the left-handed hitter out of Dallas Baptist University. Had the day off yesterday. He's been pretty much every other day starter for the Bucs this regular season. Very speedy guy, and he's a very good fielder, hitting 200 on the year. Now he's looking for some success. Here's the 1-0. Reaches outside, even moves the count to 2-0. Well, I mentioned Reese Sherman already had 5 RBIs on the season. He'll go up to 6 now, tied for the league lead here in Alaska. If you look at the standings and the leaderboards, it's a lot of Bucs. It's pretty much only Bucs and Miners. Pitch fouled off to the left side. Those are the top 2 leagues, but yeah, I mean, batting average, 3 of the top 5, RBIs, 4 of the top 5, home runs, 2 of the top 5. So the Bucs offense.
Yeah, it's Taylor, and get this, Grant Haas. He's also tied for the league lead in RBI. He's hitting 9.
Very, very stacked lineup. 2-1 pitch goes low to Narrett. He's 1 ball away from getting a free pass. This inning started with a walk to Kai McGarry with what feels like forever ago. Since then, it's been all hits for the Bucs. along with one ground out by Logan Yule. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fujioka Joey Narrett will throw his bat towards the dugout and take a free pass. So 2 runners on, and we're going to see a mound visit here from head coach Tim Cook.
Yeah,
There's some early action in the bullpen, but they're not going to have a change quite yet.
You think this is probably an inning for Fujioka to get out of by himself. Of course, not the way he wanted it to go, but this is what the Bucs bring to the lineup. I mean, they are just absolute domination when they're hitting well in the box, and today is a day that they're doing just that.
Grant Haas.
I don't know if I was not worried these last couple games when they didn't swing it. You know, it's a sunny day out today, and that just brings out the good hitting. Wasn't as sunny yesterday, though. A gorgeous field over there in Chugiak.
Bucs had 39 runs in the first 4 games. First pitch to Grant Haas, way inside, almost hit the right-handed hitter, and we'll go to a 1-0 count. Haas has been perfect at short. No errors so far this season. In the batter's box, hitting 182, and as Milo mentioned, 6 RBIs already this season. 2 runners on. Next pitch is low. Hefty leads by Joey Narrett over at first base and Reese Sherman at second. 4 runs already across the plate for the Bucs this inning. Kai McGarry, Luke Taylor, Sean Toger, and Jaden Toki. It's a 4-2 Bucs lead, bottom of the first. Here's the 2-0. Once again, way inside on a fastball. Haas has not let the bat leave his shoulders yet, and it's a 3-0 count.
There's no reason to. I mean, force Fujioka to throw the ball down the middle of the plate. I was expecting Haas to be taking all the way.
Fujioka still looks relaxed on the mound, sets his chest and fires. Fastball to the outside part of the zone, and he'll finally get back into the 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Already 5 hits in the first inning for the Bucs. They're on pace for a 40-hit game.
You think it's going to happen?
Probably not, but hey, you never know. Here's the 3-1, way inside near the dirt. And Grant Haas will take a free bag. So the Bucs have now successfully hit through the order. They send 9 to the plate. He walked to start off this inning, stole second, came all the way around to score on RBI hit from Landon Underhill. Similar outcome here. Bases juiced for the Bucs, leading 4-2 in the bottom of the first. First pitch to McGarry. He watches a ball high. This is just about a perfect start for Anchorage here.
You know, it is a perfect start, but a hit here would really make it perfect. Because you look at the scoreboard, the Chinooks got 2-2 in the first.
I'd love to go up 3 or 4. 1-0 pitch. McGarry check swing. No appeal, so it'll say it's a ball.
Now you look at it, huge that the Chinooks got something in the first.
Yes, they are very, very happy that they were able to put 2 across the plate in Caden Bradshaw and Brady Groves. And that pitch hit the forearm of Kai McGarry. It's a hit by pitch. He looks a little disappointed after that one, shaking his left arm. Doesn't matter, though. It's a free pass. He'll jog safely over to the bag. Run comes in to score. Reese Sherman gets the easiest time around the base paths possible. Single, advance via an air, and then advanced on some walks and hit by pitches. Now we're going to see Cook come out to the mound for a second time, and this is going to be, looks like the day for Fujioka.
We'll see. Is he still talking out there on the mound?
It looked like he took the ball, and he did. So just having an extra word with Fujioka. We'll take a quick step aside. The Bucs offense still rolling here in the bottom of the first, up 5-2. We'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, bottom of the first inning, and the Bucs have already put 5 across the plate, trying to do some more damage, and they'll try to do it against Liam Neely. Never good when you have to turn to a reliever in the first inning. Neely, a right-hander at Texas A&M Texarkana, making his first pitching appearance of the regular season. Well, he has to face off with the bases loaded and the 2-hitter Landon Underhill up to the plate for the second time this inning. The lefty waves his bat. First pitch. It's a pitch low in the dirt and a quick 1-0 count. Underhill was the second batter of this inning. 9 batters ago. An RBI single, got out trying to stretch it into a double. Nice throw from the center fielder Bradshaw. And everything has gone downhill since then. 2 away, runners at first, second, and third. Next pitch. So swung on and hit foul down the right side. Nice crack of the bat by Underhill. It looks like he broke his bat.
Yeah, he was looking up here. He waved to us and was like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me."
Well, he'll retreat to the dugout and get a different one. You could hear it was loud off the bat. We didn't see anything fly. Must have been just a little bit of it.
Yeah, sometimes hitters are superstitious. You know, Underhill's been swinging a hot bat, and now he has to go get a new one. Maybe in the back of his mind.
1 ball, 1 strike now on the Dallas Baptist product. Bases loaded, a 5-2 Bucs lead in the bottom of the first. Check swing, they say he didn't go on the ball in the dirt. It's quickly a 2-1 count. So we're not seeing a lot of velocity with Neely early on. He's trying some off-speed stuff, and he has not had a lot of success placing it in the zone. The only time he did, Landon Underhill broke his bat. That's not a great sign. Bucs already with 5 hits today. 2-1 pitch. Underhill chops it back towards the backstop. Kai McGarry's at first base. He was hit by a pitch. Grant Haas walked. He's at second base. And Joey Neritz over at third. He walked as well. So after it was all hits early on, now it's been 3 passes that has been the blessing for the Bucs here in the bottom of the first. A 5-2 lead. Underhill gets ready for the 2-2 offering from Neely. Here it comes. In the dirt.
And good at bat from Underhill. He's a couple pitches down low, so really good eye right now. And this, although it's a full count, I'd say Underhill's in the full driver's seat because, listen, the Chinooks pitchers haven't proven that they can throw the ball in the strike zone when they need to.
We've gone as far as we can. 3-2, 2 away. Runners will be off. Here they come. The pitch. Underhill bounces it right side into the glove of Perito, who scoops first. And in time, nice job by to get inside. The Bucs offense explodes in the bottom of inning number 1. 5 runs, 5 hits, the bases left loaded. It's a 5-2 Anchorage lead. We'll move to the second. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. We go to the top of the second here at Mulcahy Stadium, and the Bucs, well, they're in the driver's seat, up 5-2. 7 combined runs from these squads in the first inning. Now we'll see if either defense can settle in It'll be Eli Buxton out for a second inning of work, facing off against the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. He got some lucky run support from his team in the bottom half of the first. Jake Mitchell leads things off. The first baseman watches first pitch fastball fly into the zone. 0-1 the count.
And now it's big for Buxton to settle down through. Wants to way less than that.
He loves some quick outs here. Pitch high, evens out.
Different thing when the offense is going like this. Quick innings.
2-1. Another fastball, and it finds the zone. So we've seen a lot of fastballs to near the middle of the zone here to Mitchell. He's just not taking any big swings.
Yeah.
He's watched 2 balls just float into the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the right-handed hitter. Next pitch. Another fastball, called strike 3 on the inside part of the zone. Backwards K for Eli Buxton, his 3rd of the day, and there's 1 away in the top of inning number 2.
Yeah, just a fastball on a frozen rope. And with his long frame, that ball's coming down almost the whole way. So it's not just a flat line fastball. It actually has some decline.
It's hard to step into the batter's box after that, but Tim Reynolds will try. Another fastball, another strike. Eli Buxton has found his pitch here in the second. Well, you mentioned he needs a quick inning, and that's exactly how you do it. Throw strikes, throw fastballs. The 0-1. Took some speed off of it, still finds the zone. Eli Buxton can't miss here.
Yep. And what'd we say? Quick inning?
Tim Reynolds, the catcher, trying for his first hit. 0-2 sails high.
It was funny. I saw Buxton actually working on the mound before the game even started today. When we walked into the stadium, he was out there doing some grounds work.
Well,
so
if there's a certain way you want it, maybe.
That's true.
Sweet pitch from Eli Buxton. He has 4 straight strikes.
The left fielder, A.D. Toshler.
Just nasty stuff from Buxton. Yeah, he's found his groove, like you said. You know, he goes to University of Arizona State for a reason. I almost blanked there, but really good ball player.
Aiden Tauscher at the plate. The lefty takes the first pitch low. You gotta wonder how much work there is to do on a turf diamond. I don't know what you really do.
Well, he was scraping it with like a broom, it looked like.
1-0 pitch goes high.
So I don't know. Of course, so these fields have been used before our games for the high school tryouts.
2-0 pitch goes low.
Bucks playing Sladen Mole tomorrow, which is the Legion All-Star team put together by the best high school. They've been using this field before the Bucks play.
3-0 pitch, finds down on a fastball to the outside half, and we'll go to a 3-1 count on the lefty. That's gonna be very interesting to see how the Bucks compete against a bunch of high schoolers. It will be only Alaska pitchers. Swung on and missed, strike 2, and we've gone full here on Tauscher. As you're saying, only Alaska-born pitchers for the Bucks. That's cool. Get the community involved. Some high schoolers playing on a big field against a lot of really good ball players here for the Bucks. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch to Tauscher reaches low, bounces away from Sherman, and that's a full count walk offered to the left-hander.
Yeah, not exactly what you want from Buxton. But after 2 strikeouts, you have 2 outs. So you still just got to focus on the batter at hand. But it's the top of the lineup now. So Caden Bradshaw, who actually ripped a double back in the first, is up again. So dangerous guy.
Very dangerous hitter. He has 1 of 2 runs today for the Chinooks. Buxton stands and throws. First pitch fastball just misses. And we'll go to a 1-0 count. Buxton with a pretty good first 9 batters faced. 4 strikeouts, 1 reached on a pitch that got away from Sherman. Here's the 1-0. Popped up left side, and that will travel back and out of play.
Oh, that reminded me I didn't go to get the foul ball.
You did it. Maybe you can check after this half inning. Yeah. We see the one that was hit towards the photographer to our right was taken, so she is a souvenir.
Okay, well, it's okay.
That one was right to her. She'll
was.
get it. We
I don't even know how did that get in.
There's like a little crack in between the wood pillars. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. You know, it's an old stadium. There's little ways to sneak through everywhere. Yeah, or press box, you know, little ways a ball can sneak in, maybe through the window. So, hey, you never know what can happen here at Mulcahy Stadium. Small crowd on hand for some nice baseball. Runner takes towards second, pitches high and inside, throw down, not in time. Nice tag applied by the second baseman Underhill, but it's a smidge too late, and there's a runner in scoring position here in the top of the second.
Now Buxton up to 43 pitches now. Just 1 2/3 of work. So pitch count definitely up there just a bit.
Long here for the Bucs this season. 2 balls, 1 strike on Caden Bradshaw, the leadoff hitter. He takes a strike to the outside half and will even out the count at 2 apiece. Well, Buxton got full to Aiden Tauscher, but was unable to ring him up. Ended up walking the left-handed hitter. Now with the righty at the plate, he'll try to change that. Buxton readies the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Heater out of the hand of Eli Buxton. He has 5 strikeouts today, and the Bucs head to the bottom of the second, still up 5-2. No runs, no hit. At the top of the second. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball.
From the Pirates stand. Avoid the long lines for the
To the bottom of the second here at Mulcahy Stadium, a 5-2 Bucs lead over the visiting Chugiak-Chinooks here on a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. Sun belting down, pretty much blue skies, a few skimpy clouds to our right, but that's not going to stop any sun from shining on to the excellent premises here at Mulcahy Stadium. And the Bucs offense, well, that's been pretty excellent too. Sent 11 batters to the plate in the first inning, scored 5 runs off of it, and they'll try to keep it going with the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Luke Taylor starting things off, already has a homer today, Milo. He's been excellent.
Brilliant from Taylor.
First pitch from Neely, popped foul back. 0-1 the counts.
I wonder the first multi-homer game of the season. I think Luke Taylor is definitely one of the top candidates to do so. Of course, has, you know, now you look at it, he has 8 innings to try and get it.
0-1 pitch, check swing to the outside part, and there's an appeal. Took a while for there to be a sign from our first base umpire, but he says he didn't swing, and there's a 1-1 count. Well, Taylor was already the first player in the league to have 2 home runs. Now he'll definitely be the first player in the league to have 3 home runs, opening a little bit of a lead there. 1-1 goes low. Once you have 1, then you really have the swing down.
Right.
You really know how things are going.
I mean, Taylor's been hitting homers his entire life, of course. So homers is nothing new for Luke Taylor. Of course, 3 already through the team's first 7 games is pretty impressive.
2-1 pitch to Taylor, goes outside. It's interesting, though. He's still a patient guy at the plate. We've talked about the hit-by pitches. He's been able to walk. He knows what pitches he wants, and he'll only swing at those. And even just by doing that, he still has 3 hits, an over 350 batting average, and now 7 RBIs. Pitch goes low. That's a 5-pitch walk to Luke Taylor. And there's 1 on with no outs here in the second. Liam Neely in for his first full inning of work. Came in relief back in this first and was able to get a quick out to end the inning. But, you know, this has just been a mess for the Chinooks bullpen early on.
Big moment, though, because, of course, you're still only down by 3 if you're Chugiak. So, as much as it seems like the Bucs are dominating, you look at the scoreboard, it's not the case.
Sean Toger takes the first pitch low. It goes through the legs of the catcher. Throw to second. Is still in time. It was a late attempt from Luke Taylor to go to second base. He wasn't stealing, he just went on the wild pitch. And nice throw from Reynolds. Gets Taylor out here. There's one away with the bases empty now in the bottom of the second. Sean Toger pops up the next pitch, left side of the infield. It floats out of play. The third baseman Mitchell gets under it, and he can't grab it. He overran it, realized at the last second that he had to take a few steps to his left, and it ends up just going for a foul ball. So Sean Toger bailed out there. First baseman step back into the lefty's batter's box. A lot of left-handed first basemen on this Bucs lineup this season. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss on inside breaking pitch, and we'll go to a 1-2. It's been a three-man rotation. R.J. Rue, Corey Bantam, and Sean Toger over at first base. You'll probably see Nate Muncy there eventually as well. Here's the 1-2. Poke towards left field, and it will drop into the glove of the stop Green for out number 2.
Yeah, soft contact induced. So Neely is doing well on the bump right here. Good stuff. Quick work right now. Just 2 outs in. Of course, Toki, a dangerous hitter up to the plate. The lineup really just doesn't get worse as you go throughout the entirety of it.
Dangerous from 1 to 9. Dane Toki at the plate, takes first pitch inside. Well, he's having just about as great of a start as possible. Back-to-back games, back-to-back RBI doubles. He's hitting 2 for 5, so Anchorage Toki showing to be a great addition to this squad. 1-0 pitch, bounced down the left field line.
There you go, Joe Silva makes a good play in front of the fence.
He's been waiting for that. You can see him talk to the umpire.
Yeah, and now he's talking to him, yeah.
We have a 3-man crew for tonight's game, so more umpires than usual. We've had a lot of 2 crew games so far this regular season. 1 ball, 1 strike on Toki. Off speed, misses inside. Bucs are just seeing the ball, you mentioned, very well out of the hand, not only on swings, but also they've watched a lot of balls go by.
And that's exactly what you want to do, because the good swings come after the good takes.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Toki lines it back. Evens out the count at 2 apiece. Bucs down to their last strike of the inning. The Chinooks would love to get out of the second with no runs given up. See that you have a reliever who can maybe go a little bit in Liam. This at just a 3-run lead. Bases empty, a 5-2 Bucs lead in the bottom half of the second. Here's the 2-2. Bounces way in front of home plate. That one didn't even reach the front of the batter's boxes there. And will go full.
Still, the catcher, Tim Reynolds, somehow blocked it. Of course, no one on, so it doesn't matter too much, but a nice block there. Wind now starting to gust towards left field. Picking up just a bit here at Mulcahy.
Full count on J. Lace towards left field, drops for a single. Jaden Toki, 2 for 2 to start off the day. He's halfway to the cycle. And there's 1 on with 2 away for Logan Ewell.
Oh, he can swing it. He can swing with the best of them. And ever since those 2 strikeouts to start out his Buck career, he's looked really good. Only hard contact since then.
It's the lefty Logan Ewell trying to keep this inning going. Toki dancing off of first base. First pitch from the right-hander is low. We've seen Neely really try to attack that bottom part of the zone. Has not had a lot of success. He's leaving it way too low.
Yeah, and Ewell, right on left matchup here, has a chance to take a pitch out in front and slam on it. I sense it.
1-0 goes outside. Yeah, he's pulled a lot of balls to right field this season. Enters today hitting .353. He did ground out to shortstop. The game's second out back in the first. So trying for his first reach of the day. Toki off of first base. 2-0 pitch, again outside.
Yeah, the Chinooks just want anyone to strikes because it's just been a struggle. Only 7 strikes out of Neely's 15 pitches. So not good for the man on the bum trying to get out of this.
It's a similar story for the starting Cade Fujioka, who didn't even go an inning. 3-0 pitch just hits the outside part of the zone to keep Neely in the count. Neely didn't play this past spring at Texas A&M Texarkana. He had 5 appearances in 2024, started off his career at Diablo Valley College, so hasn't pitched a lot recently. 3-1, cracked right field. This one's going and off the warning track. Toki races into third. They're giving him the signal. He's over to home plate. The throw, not tagged in time. A double from Logan Ewell, and the Bucs are in front 6-2 here in the bottom of the second.
Toki showing off the wheels. And what I say, just a couple pitches later, Ewell cracks one into right, just out of the reach. Groves gave it a good look over there in right, but just a couple inches past his left glove over there. So just the hitting keeps on coming.
Oh, we mentioned it was a ground out to start the day for Logan Ewell. Was trying to redeem himself, and he definitely does that there. The lead back out to 4 here for the Bucs, whose offense just keeps on rolling. Reese Sherman at the plate. The catcher takes the first pitch, pops it up left side out of play. The catcher Reynolds and the third baseman Mitchell eyed it, but realized it was sailing towards the fans, so we'll move it to an 0-1 count.
How about Jaden Toki coming all the way around to score?
An RBI, a double, a single, and 2 runs to start off his day. This is his second game as a Buck. That's going to impress the coaching staff here. There's a reason he's committed to play the D1 level next year. 0-1 pitch. Line towards the third baseman Mitchell. Fields it on a medium hop. The throw to first on one bounce. Nice scoop by Perito in time. So a 5-3 putout ends the inning. But an RBI double from Logan Ewell scores Jaden Toki. It's now a 6-2 Bucs lead. We'll move to the third. Bucs lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. Well, it took us 59 minutes, but we're through 2 innings of play here at Mulcahy Stadium. It's a 6-2 Bucs lead over the Chinooks here on a beautiful night for baseball in Anchorage, Alaska. Alongside Milo Hoffman, my name's Alex Burstein. Thank you so much for listening to us. And the Bucs offense rolling here early on. And Eli Buxton, the starting pitcher for the Bucs, struggled in the first, but he has really found his stuff, Milo, as he heads into his 3rd inning of work.
Yeah, he's gone to that fastball a bunch, and then also the off-speed is working really well against these Chinooks hitters. So
back here at Mulcahy State. Apologies for our technical difficulties, folks. We'll try to work on that and get it to be less glitchy as the game goes on. 6-2 Bucs lead in the fourth inning. It was a scoreless top half of the frame. Field Grady Ferret here. Another appearance for the right hand of Cal State Fullerton. Landon Underhill late started off the bottom half of the fourth. Third appearance of the day for the lefty out of Dallas Baptist. Singled back in the first, was out trying to stretch it into a double, and grounded out in that same inning. Now he's getting his first appearance not in the first inning. He lines one to second, high bounce into the glove of the second baseman Clark, who throws it to first in time for out number one.
Underhill swinging a good bat. This entire season, just a little bit jammed off the inside of the bat, so one hopper that was nice and easy from Underhill. Second time Underhill's really been jammed today. Broke the bat earlier.
That brings to the plate Luke Taylor, right-handed designated hitter. Hit a home run back in the first and walked in the second. He's had a very productive day. Walked as the first pitch, breaking ball go out of the zone. 1-0 the count. Taylor has been very impressive early on. He just finds ways to reach almost every single time. It has every time today. Watches the fastball go high. Liam Neely still in the game for the Chinooks. Came in to relieve Cade Chugiak-Eagle all the way back the first inning. And he looked decent. We're now over 3 innings of relief. So Luke Taylor brings us to 1 counts. Designated hitter, exclusively hitting right now for the Bucs. He's been an impressive catcher in his playing career as well. 2-1 jack swing to hit the zone anyway. So we'll put 2 counts on Luke Taylor. And the Bucs offense battle seems to slow down a little bit here in Tom.
Yeah, and a couple zeros now. Of course, still in the fourth inning. Neely trying to work his second straight inning of scoreless ball.
Next pitch cracked towards short, and not being able to play it is Green. It bounces out of his glove. An error on the shortstop leads to a reach here for Luke Taylor, and there's 1 on with 1 away. So it was a well-hit ball. Took a weird bounce, and Green just could not field it cleanly. And there's 1 on with 1 away here in the fourth inning. Sean Toger comes to the plate. Another lefty in the lineup for this Bucs offense that features a lot of left-handed hitters and a lot of lefties that can do damage. First pitch from Neely. Watches a fastball go into the zone. They throw down the first to try to get Taylor, but he's back to the bag in time.
And the Bucs need some offense here. Still up by 4 runs, but, 4 runs is comfortable. You want more. And the Bucs, feeling good today, even though these last couple innings have been a little drowsy on the offensive side. You're still getting traffic. Of course, that error, though, the Chinooks would have liked to have back. So, time is called as Neely's going to step off the mound here. Nice soccer game happening out in left today. Beautiful day here in Anchorage, Alaska. handle a bit easier. Infield is in now for the Chinooks.
He's had to battle all the day through some rough pitching. Pitch goes low and outside, and it's a 3-2 count. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, we'll have our camera fix in just a second. Some connection issues here. 2 away here in inning number 4. The Bucs on top 6-2, trying to do some more damage. The bases are loaded. Jaden Toki at first base, Sean Toger at second, and Luke Taylor at third. Logan Therese Sherman at the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Check swing in there for a strike. And we'll go to a 1-1 count. Bucs would love to add a little more to their run total here. Alex Burstein alongside Milo Hoffman. Thanks for sticking with us, folks. There are difficulties here today. Bucs have had no difficulties on offense. Already 7 hits today. Let's see if Sherman can get an 8th. Next pitch, breaking ball low, and we'll go to a 2-1 count.
Yeah, Sherman trying to pick up his second hit of the day. Singled and scored back in the first inning. Grounded out to third in the second. So already his third at-bat. We're just in the 4th inning, folks.
Gonna get a lot of reps if you're a Bucs on offense today. They've been swinging the bat a ton after 2 offensive droughts the last 2 days. Back alive today. 2-1. Line drive into the glove of a jumping third baseman Mitchell. And that will bring the inning to a close. Bucs strand the bases loaded, still up 6-2. We head to inning number 5. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the 5th inning we go. It's a 6-2 lead for the Bucs over the visiting Chinooks here. First pitch from Grady Ferris is a fastball outside to Aiden Tauscher. Chinooks have gone scoreless over the last 3 innings despite scoring 2 in the top of the first. Our fastball low, and we'll go to a 2-0 count on Tauscher.
Yeah, still down just by 4 for the Chinooks, but their offense has really been struggling the entire season. Just 2 combined runs in the last 3 games as that pitch was in for a strike.
They scored 7 against the Bucs in game 1. 2-1 reaches outside, and we'll go to a 3-1 count. Next pitch, slam towards short. Haas grabs it on the fly. Nice play by the shortstop for out number 1. He has been so impressive in the field this year.
Yep, Grant Haas yet to make an error this season. And a couple interesting plays last night that maybe could have gone the other way, but the scoring said differently. So Haas still errorless over there at shortstop and is a smooth man on defense.
And that's hard to do as a shortstop, to have a perfect fielding percentage. Top of the order, Caden Bradshaw comes to play here in the 5th inning. A double back in the first, struck out in the second. So he'd like it to be a lot more like his first inning at bat. As Ferris bounced one in the dirt. You know, Buxton's the starter today, struggled a little bit in the first, but he looked really good in the second and third. A really good recovery outing from him to give way to Grady Ferris.
And Ferris has looked really good so far today, too.
1-1 pitch, popped up left side out of play. Ferris had a rough exhibition outing earlier this season against the Miners, but those stats didn't count, and his last outing in relief looked really good. He's really been able to clean the slate and really fire up his fastball his last 2 outings.
Both times we've seen him in the regular season, he's looked excellent.
The 1-2, fastball called, strike 3 on the inside part of the zone. Ferris pumped up after that one. He walks around the mound, smile on his face, and there's 2 away for Isaiah Perito here in the top of the 5th.
And nasty stuff from Grady Ferris. I mean, my goodness, he's looking good on the bump, and really the pitching today for the Bucs, Buxton to Ferris, has been lights out the last 3 innings.
Ferris leg kick, first pitch is a fastball low to Perito. Ferris and Buxton have controlled the strike zone really well. It was Buxton who had 5 strikeouts. Pitch fouled back, and we'll go to a 1-1 count.
Yeah, 5 Ks for Buxton and 2 Ks for Ferris.
Here's the 1-1. Just misses outside. Ferris really badly in the zone here. Hasn't used a lot of off-speed stuff. He's just trying to pummel the zone with fastballs. But, hey, when that pitch is working for you, there's no reason to turn away from it until someone hits it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one gets in there for a strike. We'll go 2-2 with 2 away. Grady Ferris trying to work a scoreless second inning of relief here. Stands tall, turns his left shoulder, and fires. Popped up left side. Kai McGarry giving it chase in foul territory, and it escapes out of play for a foul ball. So we'll stay at a 2-2 count.
Now, of course, the Chinooks are going to try to battle any way that they can, and Perito is trying to battle his way on base here. Work a little 2-out rally. It'll be tough, though, against Grady. He's looking fearless on the bump.
2-2. Line towards center field, drops for a single. Perito aboard. Second reach of the day against Grady Ferris. He was able to control things in the 4th, and he'll try to do so in the 5th as well. 2 away for Carson Clark, the second baseman.
Yep, well, I said it'll be tough, and he did so. He got on base. A nice single off the end of the bat out to center. You could hear it all the way towards the end of his lumber, but listen, a single will do the job. His first time reaching today.
Ferris stands tall, kicks his leg, runner takes towards second. Pitch outside, throw down, tag applied, just a second late. Nice throw from Reese Sherman, and nice tag applied by Grant Haas. However, Isaiah Perito, he mentioned it, he's speedy on the base paths. He gets a nice stolen base there, and there's a runner in scoring position with 2 away.
Yeah, Perito came in to the game with 3 stolen bases, so his 4th of the year.
Swung on and missed. First pitch to Clark. Helps so much to have guys in the top of your lineup who can just steal bases when they reach, you know, knowing you can easily get them in the scoring position. Ferris checks the runner at second. Breaking ball slammed towards right field. Ewell takes a couple rolls to his right. A throw home on the tag is not in time. That one dropped in front of Ewell, excuse me. It was an RBI single, and coming on the score is Perito. So, RBI knock from Carson Clark. There's 2 away, and just like that, it's a 6-3 ball game.
Yeah, it was a really close play at home. Sean Togert, the first baseman, actually caught the cutoff throw, and then his fire home was not in time, but a good relay from the Bucs. Well, the Chinooks scored the big run here, a 2-out rally. Look at that.
Just like that, it's a 3-run game. Brady Groves at the plate, takes first pitch for a strike. So, Ferris now battling a little bit of adversity, gives up a run. We'll see what he can do the rest of this outing. First off, he just wants to get out here. Pickoff attempt to first, not in time. Well, that shows you how big, we mentioned, having a guy who can steal bases is. That's not a hit that's going to score a runner from first, but does score a runner from second.
Yep.
That's what happens with Perito. No balls, 1 strike. Ferris sets leg kick and the pitch. Swung on and missed on a low heater, and it's an 0-2 count.
Yeah, Ferris has the fastball working today. Arm side heat, and it's tough. It ties up the hitter if it's going well. Groves right here dealing with that.
No balls, 2 strikes. Ferris nods his head at the pitch, and here it comes. It's in the dirt, gets away. Already stealing was Clark. He's safely into second base on the wild pitch.
You think that's a wild pitch, or was that a stolen base?
I mean, I think it's a wild pitch because you don't know if he would have been in safely without a throw. So Ferris is going to get marked with another wild pitch here. Thanks for joining us. Alex Burstein here with Milo Hoffman. Bottom of the 5th inning, a 6-3 Bucs lead. Next pitch from Ferris. Fastball just misses. Evens out the count at 2 apiece.
And Grady up to 28 pitches now. 2 strikeouts. A little bit of trouble here in this inning, but overall looks good.
Checks the runner at second, the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, bounce towards third. Toki gets it on a weird bounce, caught to cost a diamond. 1 bounce into the glove of first baseman Sean Toger for out number 3. Nice play by Toki. 1 run comes across the plate for the Chinooks in the top of the 5th. That's a 6-3 ball game. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the bottom of inning number 5 we go. Bucs look for some insurance after giving up 1 in the top half of the inning. First pitch swung on and drilled towards right field. This one's going to bounce off the wall. And that's a single to start off the inning for Joey Narrett. A nice piece of hitting from the center fielder. And there's 1 on with no outs here to begin the frame.
Yeah, really nice piece from Joey Narrett. First pitch, swinging, attacking to right. It looked like Brady Groves actually had a chance to catch that one, but then came up short and let it drop in front. So a nice way to start out the 5th for the Bucs.
That means it's Grant Haas at the plate. The shortstop takes the first pitch low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Well, Narrett entered today hitting 200. He needed a big hit or two to kind of wake up his bat. Oh, it's definitely one of them. Just drilled that pitch. 1 ball, no strikes on the shortstop, who made a very nice play the last half inning. Takes a pitch in the dirt, and we'll go to a 2-0 count. 7:44 p.m. local time. Still a beautiful 65 degrees and sunny here in Anchorage. You can't ask for weather much better than this. Lead off of first base. Runner takes 2-0. Narrett trying to steal a bag. Throw is way not there. Narrett slides in safely, beat the throw by a mile. And there's a runner at second base for the Bucs with no outs here. And more importantly, a 3-0 count on Grant Haas. There could quickly be 2 on here.
Yeah, Grant Haas really put a charge into one. Last time he was up to the plate, lined out to left field. So nice contact, but nothing to show for it.
3 balls, no strikes on the shortstop. Late kick, next pitch. That's a fastball taken all the way. Not going to be swinging at any 3-0s, though. That's the pitch you want to take a swing at. Grant Haas, you can see he's doing his late kick. Would consider it, but coaches wouldn't be too happy if you swing at a 3-0. Haas waves his bat ever so slightly. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2 on a breaking ball. And just like that, we've gone full on the shortstop. Runner at second base is Joey Narrett. The 6-3 Bucs lead bottom half of the 5th. Bucs used a 5-1 first to take control in this game. They've only scored 1 since then. Chinooks had 2 in the first and scored 1 in the top half of this inning to really get back in it. And now they're trying to keep that going here in the bottom of the 5th defensively. Payoff pitch, way inside. Grant Haas is aboard. There's 2 on for the top of the lineup, and Kai McGarry now has the chance to do some damage here. Already a run today, and he'd love to make it 2. Maybe get a couple RBIs as we're going to see a call to the pen. Tim Cook comes in. That's a day for Liam Neely. We'll take a quick step aside. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. Well, number 15 gives way to number 16 on the mound for the Chinooks. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium. Alex Burstein here with you. It's a 6-3 Bucs lead. Another pitching change here in the bottom of the 5th, as that will be the day for Liam Neely. Looked pretty strong, gave up only 1 run through about 3 innings and a third of relief. Now, a little bit of a pickle of a situation for Hayden Kendrick, the red shirt out of Umpqua Community College. Didn't play this past spring, but he's been a solid part of this bullpen for the Chinooks, making his second appearance in as many days. Went just a third of an inning last night. Didn't go great, though. Gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. Didn't walk anyone, but didn't strike out anyone as well. Got pulled after just 13 pitches. So the Bucs could really hit Kendrick last night. They're hoping that's not the same here now. There's runners at first and second base, and it will be Kai McGarry coming to the plate. The leadoff man with a chance to do some damage here in the 5th. We have already seen Joey Narrett reach and Grant Haas reach. No outs here. So this has been a chance for the Bucs to kind of insert themselves back into this game. And shut out defensively by Liam Neely. Small leads off of first and second base. Kai McGarry waves his bat, and the first pitch. Line towards right center field. This could drop, giving it a chase, and making the grab is no, it doesn't make the grab. Drops by the center fielder Bradshaw, and all the runners are safe.
Yeah, really interesting play out there. It looked like Bradshaw had a chance to make it, but he came up short, and because of that, the runner on the base paths, Joey Narrett, had to hold up over there at third. So now it's bases loaded, nobody out for Landon Underhill.
Could be a big inning for the Bucs. Underhill for a chance to get a couple of RBIs here in the 5th. Bucs trying to extend their 6-3 lead. Already have some insurance. What's some more? First pitch, fastball just misses outside. Well, we mentioned Kendrick gave up a lot of contact last night against the Bucs, and that's continued here today. 1 batter faced, 1 big hit given up. McGarry probably would have had 2 on that if it had been bases empty. A speedy outfielder. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch to Underhill. Goes low.
Yeah, this is quite the jam for Kendrick right here in the home half of the 5th inning. A chance for the Bucs to really blow this one open, and one of their best hitters at the plate, Underhill.
Bucs already with 9 hits today, can get back to the double-digit mark for the first time this week. Bases juice, pitch outside, or just goes into the zone for a strike. 2-1 the counts. Kai McGarry at first base, Joey Narrett at third, Grant Haas stuck between them at second base. Underhill would love to bring them all home with a hit to right field. He's a very, very good pull hitter. Seen him send a couple the opposite way as well. 2-1. Fastball just misses outside. 3-1.
I'll take a hit to any part of the plate or field. He's gone to left a couple times. Saw him rip a single to left yesterday through the gap between the third baseman and shortstop. So he has the ability to go everywhere. Corner's playing in on the play.
Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball, line through the gap on the right side. 1 runs in to score. All the runners will hold. That's an RBI single from Landon Underhill, and it's a 7-3 Bucs lead. Bases loaded, still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Excellent piece of hitting for Landon Underhill. Now, he's having himself a really good day. It seems like every time he's doing it. Already had a single and was gunned out back in the 1st inning, his 2nd knock of the night.
Gives way to the 3-hitter, Luke Taylor. Not who you want to see with no outs and the bases loaded. First pitch to Taylor. He fouls it off to the right side. Feels like every ball that leaves the bat is loud and a lot of contact.
Yep. That's a big run. Now you're back to 4. Bases are still loaded. You want to keep moving the train along.
Taylor hit a home run back in the 1st inning. That kind of set the momentum, set the pace for the Bucs offense today. They've now had 7 runs. We're just in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball inside. That one almost hit Taylor. You think he's scared of getting hit by now, or because
think
he's
he's used to
taken
it.
so many of them, he's just ready to take another one? That one almost clipped his shoulder.
Taylor is ready at the plate. Of course, you don't go up there scared to be hit by a pitch. He's on the attack.
Never want to be a scared hitter. Late kick, next pitch. 1-1 is fouled down the left side.
Ooh.
Taylor gets some hard contact.
Yeah, he'll want that one back. That was just an off-speed laid over the middle of the plate. A pitch that he could do damage with. Just missed it and pulled out in front, foul. Of course, you just want to bring in a run here. Still nobody out. Bases loaded.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Luke Taylor. The offering, breaking ball fouled off. Taylor stays alive.
This pitcher is not pitching too fast. Kendrick. Off speed has gone to it a couple times now. Taylor just early on that one had to keep his bat head out there and spoil it.
Well, I mentioned it. Kendrick was a redshirt this past spring, so hasn't thrown in competitive games for quite some time. Has had a rough start to the summer, trying to change it here. 1-2 breaking ball lifted towards left field, giving chase as Tauscher makes a grab right in front of the track. Tagging and coming in to score is Grant Haas, and just like that, it's an 8-3 lead for the Bucs here in the bottom of the 5th. So, sac fly for Luke Taylor. That'll add a second RBI to his total today. He's up to a league-leading 8 of those. And Sean Toger has a chance to do some damage. Still 2 on with just 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. This is what the Bucs need. They need a big inning where they can get some offense going. Runners take their leads off of first and second. Pitch grounded foul on the right side by Toger. A strong left-handed utility guy. It's about as best you can call it. He knows how to play in the field, over at first and in the outfield. He knows how to pitch. Just a very impressive ball player. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away here for the Bucs in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking pitch low. You know, as rough of a day this has been for the Chinooks, you got to give credit to Reynolds. The catcher has been pretty good at taking some runs away from the Bucs because of wild pitches today. 1 ball, 1 strike on Toger. He waves his bat low near the plate now, sets it on his shoulder. Runners take their leads to pitch. Breaking ball called strike. Well, the one thing Kendrick wants to do right now, he wants to get a strikeout and have a chance to end this inning. Jaden Toki awaits on deck. Logan Ewell in the hole. Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch off the inside of the bat, sent opposite way towards left field, and it drops fair. All the runners are going to have to hold up and now run, and everyone is safe. A bloop opposite field single for Sean Toger. The bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 5th.
Everything is going well for the Bucs right now, and just like that, yeah, the bases are loaded. That wasn't hard hit off the bat, off the inside of the bat, jammed out there, but just blooped in about 5 feet from the foul line over there left.
All about finding ways to reach here, and Sean Toger does that. Bases still loaded, 1 away for Jaden Toki. First pitch, fouled back. Toki already with a few RBIs here today. Would love to increase that here. He has a great chance to do so. Kai McGarry's at first base, at third base. Landon Underhill's at second. Sean Toger at first. Those are your 3 base runners for the Bucs here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs already across the plate. Toki takes a big swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's an 0-2 count. Well, you think the Bucs coaching staff is happy Toki came along for the rest of the season?
Oh, very, very.
He's been very impressive in the field and in the plate as well. Breaking pitch goes low. Has a sense of maturity you don't usually see out of ball players this young. Runners will take their leads at every base. Chinooks begging for maybe a double play ball here. 1-2. Goes outside. Bucs have yet to ground into a double play this regular season. They've turned 4 of them themselves, so they've been much better at defense than hitting into double plays, which is what you want to see out of a team. Bucs trying to go up 3-0 on the season series against the Chinooks and improve to 6-1 on the year. 2-2 pitch, Toki. It's a towering fly ball towards shallow left field. On the run, making the grab is Groves. Tagging from third is McGarry, and he slides in safely just around the tag. Reynolds thought he had him, but McGarry maneuvered around his right arm and just sticks it out and scores. So just like that, it's a 9-3 lead. The Bucs continue to pile it on. A sac fly, still runners in the corners, and a 6-run lead for the Bucs.
Wow. Excellent slide from Kai McGarry to just squeak his way in past home, and another ribby for Toki.
It's the second time this season we've seen kind of a run that 99% of batters are not going to score. Or runners are not going to score from home that Kai McGarry did.
Number 19, Logan Yule.
Logan Yule comes to the plate, the lefty put up in the situation. Runners at first and third, 2 away. The Bucs can get to 10 runs with just 1 swing of the bat. You're almost looking at run rule area here. The Bucs need just 4 to go up 10. Runner takes towards second. Yule blasts one towards right field. Couple steps back for Groves, and he's in a good position. He makes the grab for out number 3. The Bucs plate 3 more here in the bottom of the 5th and now lead 9-3. We'll head to the 6th, and Milo will take things over. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball.
Welcome back here to Mulcahy Stadium. Bucs on top 9-3 after scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Grady Ferris still on the hill for Anchorage. He's against Tate Green, the shortstop. First pitch, chop foul, third base side. Ferris up to 33 pitches. 21 of those are strikes. Trying to work his 3rd inning of work here. Gave up 1 run in the top of the 5th. The 0-1 shows bunt in there for a strike on the off speed. And it's 0-2. Green pulled back. Toki, the third baseman, was charging in ready. But now 0-2, so don't expect the bunt to be on here for Tate Green. Homered last time here at Mulcahy Stadium. The 0-2 offering swung on Lace. Right side down for a base hit. It goes into the corner. Logan Yule comes over. Tate Green rounds first. He goes into second standing. So that's a leadoff double for Tate Green, and the Chinooks have something going here in the top of the 6th. Really nice piece of hitting for Tate Green. And now Patrick McGlon up for the Chinooks. McGlon today, 2 strikeouts. 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 1st. Ferris set out of the stretch, checks on the runner. Pitch way outside. It's a ball to McGlon, and 1-0. McGlon today, the DH. Defense played pretty straight away for the Bucs. Second baseman Underhill checking on the runner Green at second. Now he backs off. Here's the 1-0 pitch, fouled right back. And it's 1-1 on McGlon. Nice hack from McGlon after, like I said, struck out twice, trying to do something differently in this at-bat. Chinooks down 9-3, so trying to spark any rally that they can. Scored twice in the first and once in the fifth. Ferris set. Here's the offering outside on the off speed. So it's 2-1 on McGlon. Ferris out of Cal State Fullerton in his second appearance of the regular season. That one run in the fifth does belong to Ferris, so one earned today. Relieving Eli Buxton. Here's the 2-1 pitch, off speed, hit high in the air towards right field. Logan Yule coming in, also Underhill there, the second baseman. Yule makes the grab, just in foul territory. Tate Green holds on to second, so there's one out here in the top of the sixth. Ferris induced the fly ball over there. Logan Yule's getting a lot of action so far today. Has made a couple nice plays, so that'll be a fly out to right field. And now it's Jake Mitchell, a third baseman up. Tate Green still off second. Chinooks down by 6 runs. Ferris set, checks on the runner. Here's the offering, off speed just outside. And it's 1-0 on Mitchell. Today Mitchell struck out back in the second and flew out to center field in the 4th inning. This is by far Ferris's longest outing of the season so far. Just his second appearance. Buxton went the first 3 innings, just gave up 2 runs in the first. 1-0. Here's the pitch, off speed in there for a strike. And it's 1-1. A beautiful day here at Mulcahy. Brisk from right to left. Trees aren't moving too much. I don't see a single cloud in the sky. Just what you want. Ferris set. Here's the 1-1 offering, fastball outside. And it's 2-1 on Jake Mitchell. Third baseman today. He's had some trouble over there on defense. Bounced a couple throws to first, but Isaiah Perito was there for the challenge. Plain skies above us. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and hit well out to left center field. Back goes near. He's on the track, looking up, and that ball's caught as he slams into the fence. What a play by Joey Narrett. Oh my goodness. They're saying it's a hit, actually. That one was hit all the way to the wall. Narrett went full force into the fence. So actually a hit. You can't tell from all the way out here. It looked like it was caught. And that's why the runner on third, Tate Green, is still at third. He went from second to third, and that shouldn't be the case on that long of a hit. My goodness. The contact Narrett made against the wall was serious. Well, now it's Tim Reynolds, the catcher, after that insane play. Really, there's no other way to put it. Ferris set. Here's the offering outside. Runners on second and third now. Way. Toki, the third baseman, is drifted towards the line. Toger over there at first is about 10 feet from the line. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike on the fastball. And it's 1-1. Wow. Ferris put his hands on his head. Thought that ball was caught as well, but it wasn't. What an effort from Narrett, though. Second and third for the Chinooks as they try to spark a rally here, down by 6. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off speed, just missed down low. So 2-1 now on Tim Reynolds. Tate Green held on to third. And of course, on that type of hit, you expect him to come home, but he couldn't see the ball. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung, fouled back right at the dish. So it's 2-2 now. Tim Reynolds, the catcher, struck out back in the second and flew out to left field in the 4th inning. fans here reacted to that catch, or would have been a catch, in about a perfect way. Oohs and ahs. Here's the 2-2 off speed, bounced up there. Good block by Reese Sherman. So, it's 3-2 on Tim Reynolds, the catcher for the Chinooks, trying to come up with a base knock here and possibly bring home 2 runs. Haas, the shortstop, played in his respective position, pretty in the middle of second and third. So is Underhill, the second baseman. Payoff pitch, off speed, got him looking. The curveball from Grady Ferris does the job. And just like that, there's 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Now by the left fielder, A.D. Towson.
Really nice pitch from Grady Ferris. Fooled him completely. So now it's Aiden Tauscher, the left fielder. Pitch from Ferris, strike called on the fastball. 0-1. Tauscher walked back in the second and stole the base, and then lined out to short back in the 5th. Here's Ferris's pitch, down low, 1-0. We're in the top of the 6th here at Mulcahy, 9-3 the score, Bucs on top. 5 runs in the first inning. Just came out of the gates hot. 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch, swung on, chopped over the first. Togert fields the knee-high hop and brings it to the bag himself. So the Bucs get out of it. A big strikeout from Ferris then induces the ground ball to first base. Still 9-3 the score here at Mulcahy Stadium. We'll go to the home half. It's Anchorage Bucs baseball. We'll be right back. From a second, but then popped out of the glove. So it was a double for Mitchell, but then no runs came after Grady Ferris worked out of it. We go to the home half. It's Reese Sherman leading off for the Bucs. Sherman today 1 for 3. Pitch to him, off speed down low, and it's 1-0 on the catcher. Having himself a good start to the season. Came into the game hitting .267. Now has 6 ribbies, tied for the league lead. Here's the 1-0 offering outside, and it's 2-0. Fastball just couldn't find its way into the zone. As he can't really give up too much more if the Chinooks want any chance of coming back.
Yeah, no, you're going to need a couple zeros on the scoreboard.
2-0, cut and a miss. So it's 2-1 now on Sherman.
Kendrick doesn't have a lot of speed out of his arm, but he's shown at least progression from yesterday with his breaking pitches and getting swing and misses. So that's what you like to see out of young ball players.
Kingdrick set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit high in the air towards left field. Tauscher's there about 10 feet in front of the track. Comes in a few more, and he makes the grab. So a high sky out for Reese Sherman, and there's 1 out here in the home half of the 6th.
I really want to see Reese Sherman just unleash on the ball. I mean, that was a powery fly ball. If he gets a little more of the bat on that ball, it's going a long way. He definitely has a powerful swing. You mentioned all the RBIs, but boy, imagine a home run off his bat would be a pretty sight.
Well, now it's Joey Narrett, who almost made a spectacular play in the last inning. He swings and lifts one high in the air towards left field. Back goes Tauscher towards the ball, looks up, and he can't make the grab off the base of the wall. Narrett comes into second. He'll hold on there. So that's a double for Joey Narrett. And the Bucs have a runner on second with one out here in the 6th.
And that double is powered by the Alaska Club. Now batting number 9, Grant Haas.
Well, that makes sense after Joey Narrett almost made the play to hold the double in the last inning. He comes up with the double himself. So now it's Grant Haas, the hitter for the Bucs. Shortstop, walked back in the 5th, walked in the 1st, and lined out to left field in the 3rd. Kendrick set, runner on second, it's Narrett. He takes off, pitches fouled back. Narrett was diving into 3rd, but it was a foul ball. My goodness, he took off from like 10 feet away from the bag.
Yeah, he had a huge jump. Honestly, surprised the team trying to steal 3rd up 6, but hey, I guess don't take your foot off the gas.
Exactly. And Narrett is so aggressive out there. He's willing to do anything. Especially after beaming into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick set, counts 0-1, Narrett off second. Here's the pitch to Haas. He looks at a ball down low on the off speed. So 1-1 now on Grant Haas. Haas came in with 6 RBI. One of 3 Bucs with 6 RBI now. 1-1's the count. Narrett off second. Here's the pitch. Strike called. And it's 1-2 on Haas. Has put a couple good swings on it today. Lined out to left field. Back in the 3rd. That was a hard hit ball with high exit velo. Kendrick comes set out of the stretch at the letters. Takes his time. Long wait. Narrett bouncing off second. Here's the pitch. He lifts it high in the air towards center field. Bradshaw comes over. Now Groves, the right fielder, takes charge, and he can't make the play. Pops out of his glove. Haas goes to second. Narrett to 3rd on another error for the Chinooks. They're 4th of the day. Runners on 2nd and 3rd now for the Bucs with 1 out.
Yeah, we talked about today earlier about how error-free this team has been this year. Came into today with just 5 errors in 4 games played. They're going to almost double that amount through 6 innings here. It just seems nothing is going the Chinooks' way here. And that's just another ball. I mean, it was a tough run having to glove that on the run, but that is a very, very tough break for the Chinooks, and the Bucs will just keep on taking advantage. Joey Narrett's probably like, oh, I wish I knew that was dropping earlier.
Exactly.
He would have been home about 2 minutes ago.
Infield comes in for the Chinooks. Now it's Kai McGarry up to the plate. Here's Kendrick's offering. McGarry swings it through left side, base hit. In comes Narrett. Rounding 3rd is Haas. The throw comes left field, not in time. That's a 2-ribby single for Kai McGarry. And just like that, it's 11-3 Anchorage.
Kai McGarry's having quite the week. Seems like every game he just gets more and more impressive. That's why he's batting leadoff for this team and why he's been in the starting lineup almost every single day. Just rockets that one, as you said, on a line out to left field. Continues to be a very strong start for the freshman out of Arizona State. Excited to see what comes for him this summer.
So now Landon Underhill up to the dish. 11-3 the score. He looks at a ball inside. So 1-0 on Underhill. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 11-3 Bucs. Offense looking good. Check back the runner. McGarry's in safe. So Grant Haas came around to score, so did Narrett. Both advanced on the error. Kendrick comes set. McGarry leads off first. Set at the letters. Here's the pitch. Swung on line, right side through for a base hit. Another base knock for Landon Underhill. He stays hot. McGarry up to second. 1st and 2nd now for the Bucs.
The infield for the Chinooks have just had no idea where to be because both of these last 2 balls have just been finding the gaps. First on the left side, then on the right side. I think we might see a pitching change here as another rough outing for Kendrick. But, I mean, wow, the Bucs are just finding every single possible place on the field to hit the ball.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Now, 14 hits, I mean, come on.
Offensive outburst once again for the Anchorage Bucs. We'll take a quick break here at Mulcahy Stadium. We'll be be right back. The Bucs dominating. It's 11-3. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. We'll be right back.
This league game is Friday night.
Welcome back into
Here,
Mulcahy Stadium.
on the Matches Miners.
Bucs on top 11-3, and they're still hitting. It's Luke Taylor who's going to come up to the dish after Landon Underhill just hit yet another single, his third hit of the day. Kai McGarry will go back to second. He also hit a single. McGarry has 2 hits on the night. Now Luke Taylor, who hit a homer back in the first. It just doesn't get easier. New pitcher on the hill for the Chinooks. It's Hayden LeBrecq.
Number 1, Luke Taylor.
We saw Hayden LeBrecq yesterday for the Chinooks. So they're going deep into their bullpen, down by 8 runs. Runners on first and second for the Bucs. It's Underhill at first, McGarry at second. Here's the offering, taken for a strike. And it's 0-1 on Taylor. Underhill leads off first, about 10 feet away from the bag. Taylor already with a homer today. Here's the 0-1 pitch upstairs. And it's 2-0 on Luke Taylor. Takes a couple moments outside the dish. Now digs back in, wearing the bright yellow batting gloves. Wiggles his bat a few times, now rests. Here's the 1-1 offering. Fastball down low, nice block from Reynolds. And it's 2-1 on Taylor.
Yeah, you have to wonder if there's not a super deep bullpen here yet for the Chinooks. Back-to-back pitchers that had interesting outings last night, not the strongest stuff. Sam LeBrecq fires now.
Fastball in there for a strike. And it's 2-2. So 2-2 on Luke Taylor. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 11-3 the score, Bucs on top. Looking for their 6th win. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped on the ground towards short. Green fires to second. There's one. On to first. It's a double play.
First of the year for the Bucs.
First double to him. Pretty nifty out there, though, in center for the most part, but the errors have been stocking up for the Chinooks. Steinhoff comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and high in the air towards left field. Kai McGarry, Grant Haas are there. Grant Haas will take control, lifts up his glove, and makes the grab. Just in the grass. So First out recorded here in the top of the 7th for Anthony Steinhoff. And now Isaiah Perito up to the hill for the Chinooks.
Isaiah Perito.
Sorry for all the viewers back home on the shaky stream. We've got it figured out now. Pitch is grounded up the middle. Underhill drifts over, makes the play, hose off one hop, and Muncie can't make the grab. So a bounce there to Nate Muncie, who couldn't scoop it. It was a tough play from Underhill, who ranged over, threw off one leg, but the runner safe over at first. So Burrito reaches on probably an infield single.
I think that's
That
what
was a tough one. We're in the 7th. Bucks up by 7. Carson Clark at the dish. Here's the pitch to him inside. The Bucks offense is just so good. You got to get to them early. And the Sharks did. They scored 2 runs in the top of the first.
Yeah, but 2 runs, Mile, not enough against this Bucks team. I think you
No.
need 5, 6, 7, maybe the first
Yeah.
2.
Maybe even more. Steinhoff's offering is 2-0.
And it's funny because this is known as a pitcher's league.
Yeah.
You're in the last game. I mean, I had normal these games, I guess.
I mean, I think we must change it.
Yeah.
Because I think Alaska at the break is at stake now. 2-0 first strike, and it's 2-1. So they got first off, get some action. Pitched against the Niners last week. Also a couple exhibition games. Vencio, the third baseman, in foul territory, makes the play. So 2 outs now in the top of the 7th. Now it's Brady Groves, the right fielder. Groves today. Homer. Flew out in the grounded out. Runs on the board. That's more than the last 2 games combined. Which is Swift. And it's 0-1. This is when you just want to eat innings for the Bucks. You don't use pitcher than you have to. First, he reads on an infield single. Counts 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike. Brady Groves. Hitters, like I said, have been piling up for the Chinooks. 14 hits. But Back here at Mulcahy Stadium,
Number 39, Nate Muncy.
Nate Muncy will lead off for the Bucs. He's seen limited at-bats so far this season, but looking to take advantage. Came on to replace Sean Togert over at first base. Still Sam LeBrecq on the hill for the Chinooks. First pitch is outside. And it's 1-0 on Nate Muncy. A blowout here at Mulcahy, 11-3. LeBrecq gets the sign. Here's the taken outside. So 2-0 on Nate Muncy. The left-handed batter also can pitch up there. Pitched last night, actually. Over in Chugiak. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Upstairs. 3-0 now on Nate Muncy. Beautiful skies surround us here at Mulcahy. Bucs wearing their pinstripe uniforms with yellow highlighted letters on the back and front. Muncy wiggles his gray bat. Here's a 3-0. Takes down low, and that's a leadoff walk for Nate Muncy. So the Bucs have a runner aboard here in the bottom of the 7th.
Muncy was joking the other day in his first 3 plate appearances of the year. The bat hadn't left his shoulder. That's going to continue here as he just draws a walk. I don't know if pitchers are scared to pitch of him or if he just gets a lot of balls thrown his way, but hey, it's a reach. He'll take it.
So a walk for Nate Muncy. Now it's James Provencio, the 2 pinch hitters back-to-back. Pitch to Provencio, taken for a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1 on the third baseman. Provencio sat out last night, as Jaden Toki has played a bit these last couple days, but now Provencio back in there. Actually leads the league in hitting, over 430. Pitch down low. I mean, imagine having that on your bench.
I know, you got to be pretty deep to have your best hitter. Well, I don't know if you say best hitter on the team, but most consistent hitter.
Yeah.
Not even starting. Did you start last night?
No.
I don't think he did. Back-to-back nights.
1-1. Here's the pitch. Slice foul left side.
It's a good problem to have.
Good problem, but I'm a Yankee fan. And the Yankees right now, that just sparked something because I was listening to Michael Kay earlier today. The Yankees have a lot of players just like the Bucs. He said, a good problem, well, it's still a problem. I don't think it's the same here for Anchorage, but my Yankee fan in me is speaking out right now. Counts 1-2. Here's the pitch, fouled back.
Classic Yankees fans whining.
I mean, how could you not? The Yankees are really struggling right now. Just got swept by the Angels, got swept by the Red Sox. 6 straight losses, and the offense has been nowhere. Exact opposite for the Bucs here in the ABL. Nate Muncy leads off first. Pitch down low. So it's 2-2 on Provencio. Sam LeBrecq gets the ball back. Hobbles back on the mound. Chinooks at this point, you got to think, just want to finish this game as fast as they can. They're playing the Miners tomorrow. So, quick turnaround. Here's the pitch. Off speed outside. And it's 3-2 on Provencio. Cooper Soselski, another pinch hitter, waits on deck for the Bucs. He'll come in for Logan Yule over in right field. Here's the payoff pitch from LeBrecq. Swung on and lifted high in the air towards left field. Tosher on the track near the wall makes the grab with 2 hands. That goes Muncy to first, so that's a long out from James Provencio. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I was going to say a very similar player profile to the guy who just came in for Jane Toki. Also gave the ball a long ride and got a few outs off of it. But both of them really know how to swing the bat. Both of them started their seasons here very hot at the plate. So 2 very similar third basemen for the Bucs here. We'll see how they split the playing time between the 2.
LeBrecq comes set. Pitch to Soselski, bounces down low. So 1-0 on Soselski, the right fielder. He started last night. Came off the bench tonight. In and out go the Bucs. A lot of people are trying to find playtime. Muncy lead off first. Here's the 1-0. He lifts it high in the air towards right field. Groves comes in, and he makes the catch with 1 hand. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 flyouts back-to-back for the Bucs. And now Ren Matsuzaki, the 4th straight pinch hitter, will come to the plate.
Number 10, Ren Matsuzaki.
Matsuzaki started last night, had a double down the right field line. Also threw out 2 runners on the base paths. 2 outs here in the 7th. Pitch down low. 1-0 on Matsuzaki. Splitting time with Reese Sharman behind the plate. They bring different things to the table. Matsuzaki a lefty, Sherman a righty. Matsuzaki real pristine swing, more of a contact guy. Here's the 1-0 inside. So 2-0 on Matsuzaki.
I'm just waiting for one of these guys to prove you wrong after you call him a contact guy and just
Right.
blast one over
Yeah.
the fence. I feel like it's going to happen because there's a lot of contact guys, according to you, on this team. I'd love to see Ren just blast one over the wall right now.
Here's the 2-0, swing and a miss. He tried to.
See, that was that home run swing. He definitely has the power.
I don't know about that. I don't think you just say someone has power from a swing and a miss.
You can see the swing. We can see in BP.
I mean, if someone swings and misses and doesn't look like they tried to hit over the wall, I think that's an interesting case. Pitch, swung on, hammered right side through for a base hit. There's the contact. Matsuzaki on with a pinch hit single. Nate Muncy over to second. So there's 2 on and 2 out for the Bucs. See if they can score any more runs as Joe Silva coming over to talk to Joey Narrett. No one coming up for the Bucs right now.
I wonder if we're going to see a late pinch hitter. I
Yeah.
highly doubt it's strategy talk right now, up 11-3, but hey, you never know. Maybe.
I mean, sometimes a coach just needs to let their players know that they're not
yeah, it looks like he's signaling a pinch hitter.
trying to swing out of their shoes.
I'm not sure who's left on the bench for the Bucs right now.
Well, it looks like Austin Gamel is
There
putting
we
his
go.
gloves on, so he'll get situated. A late move from the Bucs. Interesting from
For the Bucs.
Anchorage to pull Narrett
number 5,
that
Austin Gamel.
far into the, or that late, really.
Well, I guess Gamel's going to get his return to the outfield, and that's where he started the exhibition slate. He's been mainly an infielder, but, he
Yep.
can play all around. He's open to it.
Or who knows, maybe they'll move Landon Underhill
Oh, yeah.
out there.
Just
and
another
Gamel to
puzzle
second.
piece. Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like this is an MLB spring training game.
Yeah.
Where you have, like, your catcher playing in right field, and everyone's switching every half inning.
Well, Gamel will dig in. Pinch hitter. 5th straight pinch hitter for the Bucs. Almost a complete substitution. He looks at a fastball high, and it's 1-0 on Gamel.
Who's left from the starting lineup? Underhill.
Grant Haas is on deck. He's
Okay.
walking around the
So
shortstop.
9. I think McGarry's still hitting,
Yep, McCarry's still hitting.
and Underhill, so 3.
That sounds about right. Here's the 1-0. Gamel looks at a ball outside. So 2-0 on Austin Gamel, the lefty. Started over at second base yesterday. Walked. Went 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 3-0 on Gamel.
You were trying to tell me he wasn't a patient hitter, but he's brought some good at bats the last couple of days. You mentioned had the
Yeah.
walk yesterday, and especially when you're seeing a team that's struggling with the pitching, it's good to see guys come off the bench and not be swing friendly, just trying to draw some walks.
Here's the 3-0 inside, so that's a walk for Austin Gamel. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the Bucs. So they'll just keep seeing more pitches. And now there'll be a Chet on the hill for the Chinooks.
I'm not sure there's anyone warming up. I'm not sure if there's any
Yeah.
more arms available. I mean, this team plays again tomorrow. They're in the midst of a long stretch. That's the interesting thing in summer ball. You have pitchers coming and going. You have a lot of games and a lot of days. And when you have these 11-run games, sometimes you just have to leave a guy in there when he's getting shelled.
Yeah, it sucks, but you got to save everyone. Like I said, the Chinooks are playing the minors tomorrow. So, quick turnaround for Chugiak. Still looking for their first win of the season. Now it's Grant Haas. Reached on an error last time in the 6th. Lebrecq set, bases juiced. Here's the pitch inside.
Shows you how confident this team and coaching staff is in Grant Haas when he's been playing every single day, hasn't had any rest, and even up 8 runs, they still have him swinging the bat. That's how much this team wants him at shortstop.
Here's the pitch outside. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's played every inning
Every
he possibly
inning.
could have played so far.
And shortstop's one of the more active positions. He's probably had more chances.
Yeah.
He might have double the chances of most other players on this roster.
Yeah, exactly. Getting all the reps. 2-0 outside. 3-0 now on Grant Haas. Bucks already up 11-3 here over the Chinooks in what's been an absolute offensive just eruption.
Yeah, 2 more, and this one's sent home early.
The 3-0 pitch outside. That's an RBI walk for Grant Haas. Nate Muncy comes around to score. He'll touch home. Grant Haas gets rid of all his armor and gear, shoves the gloves. He'll go to first. So 12-3 now. Bucks on top.
The easiest RBI possible for Grant Haas, a 4-pitch walk. Didn't have to do anything with it.
Nope, he looked at all the pitches. That's back-to-back walks now for Lebrec. Matsuzaki at third, Gamel at second, Haas over at first. Here's the pitch upstairs to Kai McGarry. One of the starters still in for Anchorage.
What do you think? The Bucks gonna end it here?
I think there's definitely a good chance. Here's the 1-0 off speed, nearly hit him. And it's 2-0 on Grant Haas.
Well, the most anticlimactic walk-off you could ever have would be a run rule
That's
walk
true.
in with
You're right. This could
bases
be a
loaded.
walk-off. I got to get ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. So, one pitch away from a walk-off here in the 7th inning. Of course, the mercy rule is 10 runs for the ABL. It's Kai McGarry up. Back-to-back singles for McGarry in the 5th and 6th. Lebrec set high with his glove at his eyes. Here's the 3-0 pitch, strike called down Broadway. So another run would bring this one home. 3-1's the count, McGarry up at the dish. Bases juice. Here's the pitch, inside, and that's a walk. McGarry will take his bag, and that is also the ball game. So, the Bucks with a mercy rule off of Kai McGarry's walk, and they improve to 6-1 on the season. McGarry reaches, he's having fun with it, with a little bit of a fake dance. 13-3 the final score here at Mulcahy Stadium, and that does it as the Bucks improve to 6-1 on the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as pretty of an offensive game as you can get, and what's really good to see out of the Bucks, started the game strong, had that excellent first inning. There was a little bit of a lull there in the 3rd and 4th, but then you come back 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, just got it all going again. This offense is very, very fun to watch, and hey, first, but possibly, I think you could say probably not run rule win of the season for the Bucks.
Yeah, it could be the first of many. The Bucks keep swinging it like this. Just absolute domination from Anchorage. 13-3 the final. They had 14 on the scoreboard, but 13 after Kai McGarry's RBI walk. So we'll be right back with your game totals here at Mulcahy Stadium. Once again, the Bucks with a win. And they move to 5-1 on the season. We'll be right back. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium as the Bucs break their huddle out on the field. Another victory for Anchorage. And it's just everyone. Everyone was involved today on the offensive side. Kai McGarry had 2 hits with 4 RBIs. Landon Underhill with 3 hits. 2 ribbies for Underhill. Luke Taylor hit a homer, which feels like eons ago back in the first inning. 2 ribbies on the day for Luke Taylor. Jaden Toki, another 2 hits for him. He picked up his first hit last night for the Bucs, 2 more today with 2 RBIs. Logan Yule also had a hit and a ribby. Joey Narrett with 2 hits of his own. Also had almost the play of the season so far as he slammed into center field. Couldn't make it. It ended up being a double. Really nice effort from Joey Narrett.
He's okay after that. It can be a little sore in the morning.
Yeah, well, I think he's okay because the next inning he came on, stole a bag, and dove from about 15 feet out from the base. So all around good day for the Bucs on the offensive side, about as good as they come. Slow on the offensive side, though, for the Chinooks, but they got off to a good start. It was a homer back in the second inning, or first inning for the Chinooks. Brady Groves hit one out to left, a moonshot that almost touched the sky. It looked good for the Chinooks to start off, but they just didn't have enough as the pitching just could not get it done for Chinooks. Kate Fujioka, the starting pitcher, didn't even get out of the first inning. Went 2/3, gave up 5 runs with 3 walks. We knew that was going to be an issue coming into the day. He had 16 walks in his college ball at Westmont. So walks, another issue for Fujioka. Liam Neely came on. He gave up 3 runs. Then Kendrick gave up 3 runs. And Lebrecht gave up 2 runs on the walk-off walk in the 7th inning for Anchorage.
One of the sentences that have not been said many times before.
Yeah,
Walk off
exactly.
walk in the 7th.
I don't know. Maybe the first time ever.
You
Eli
might have
Buxton.
you might have some high school games.
True.
7 innings.
Funky stuff happens over there on high school ball. Eli Buxton started the game for the Bucs. Looked shaky there in the first, gave up 2 runs, but eventually settled in. 5 strikeouts on the night for Eli Buxton. Of course, gave up that homer. Grady Ferris relieved him out of the pen and pitched pretty well as well. 3 1/3. He's the winning pitcher on the day. Gave up just 1 run with 3 strikeouts of his own. And then Anthony Steinhoff came in the 7th inning and relieved Ferris. Pitched just 2/3 of scoreless ball with a strikeout as well. So it's another win for the Bucs. They improve to 5-1 on the season. Knox, what do you got after this one?
Yeah, I mean, what can't be said other than just the offense doing its thing. Obviously, defense got off a little bit shaky in that first, but good to see them respond after that. But hey, if you score 13 runs, you're not going to lose many games. I don't think the Bucs will score 13 every game, but at this pace, they're scoring 13 runs once a week, so
Yeah.
that's pretty good. And we'll see how they respond tomorrow. Obviously, playing against a high school team, bats will probably be hot, and then trying to end the week 4-1 on Friday. That would be a very, very good week for the Bucs, who now up multiple games in the standings. It's just a great start to the season.
And back to the double-digit scoring for the Bucs after a couple games, a bit of a lull, but they pick up the win. 5-1 on the year for the Bucs. They remain in first place on the season for Anchorage. Well, that'll just about do it here at Mulcahy Stadium. For Milo Hoffman and Alex Burstein, we say so long. We hope you have a good night. Back right here, 6 p.m. tomorrow.